What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here, and today in this video we are looking at the brand new Jakks specific Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie figures here. And you guys did see that I got these at Target earlier today. As a matter of fact, I'll actually tell you exactly how many I've seen. I've seen about I've seen a lot of Sonics actually. There was actually I want to say like 5 or 6 of them. Tails, I only seen about two of these Tails figures. Knuckles, I think I seen about 3 or 4 of this guy. But Eggman, I only seen 1. There was actually only 1 Eggman. So I hope that doesn't mean Eggman is going to be like, you know, like the rarest figure in this set or something. Maybe, who knows? You know, I think for you guys, you might end up seeing just 1 Tails, 1 Knuckles, 1 Sonic. I doubt you'll probably see 1 Sonic. I've seen a whole bunch of this guy, but yeah, so that was it for me though. But without further ado, guys, let's of course look at these guys. All right, guys, so diving into the packaging right here, we're actually gonna look at 2 figures this time of their packaging, that, you know, that way to just not make it any longer. So, but here we have it right here, guys. Of course, we get a nice display bubble of what we're getting. Of course, we got the figures, of course, their accessories. We got the nice logo up here. We, of course, got the picture of Sonic. Name of the figures. This is actually called the Snow Rider, and then they have this as a blaster right here. As you guys can see, I'm gonna actually show it to you guys. Of course, down here it actually just says, you know, with blaster. And then of course, you know, articulation, things like that. So that was that, guys. So that is their packaging right there. So here's the back of the packaging right here, guys. Of course we get the name, then the bio. Oh, actually, you know, and let me just zoom in for you guys to pause and read that. There you go. Want to pause and read that right there. But of course, this is the back of the packaging right here, guys. Of course, again, name, the bio. Of course, a nice picture of the figure right there. It has 13 points of articulation, and then of course the other figures you can collect in the set. So there's that. And then moving on with Tails right here, as you guys can see, it's about, of course, the same thing. The bar right there, zooming in a little bit closer, there you go. But there's that, and of course the figure right there. He has 14 points. Oh, well, I mean the tails, so that makes sense. And then of course, you know, same thing, figures you can get in these sets. So yeah, that was that, guys. So of course, now that we got Sonic and Tails out the way, now of course let's get into the villains of this movie, which I'm pretty sure Knuckles is probably gonna end up becoming a good guy at the end of the movie. So here's Knuckles and Dr. Eggman and their packaging right here. As you guys can see, it's, you know, it's about the same thing, but Knuckles does come with the Snow Rider. I don't know why I keep wanting to say snowboard, but they have the Snow Rider, whatever I'm going to call it. But then, of course, Dr. Eggman comes with his drone. And then, of course, the coffee cup right there. Here's the back of Knuckles' package right here. Of course, you can pause and read for the bio. He does have 13 points of articulation. We do get a nice picture of Knuckles right here. And then, of course, same thing. The other figures you can collect in the set right there. So moving on with that, here we have is Dr. Eggman right here. Looking, you know, glorious as always, of course. But here we have the bio for Dr. Eggman, or Jim Carrey. And then, of course, 13 points of articulation for this guy. And, you know, same old right there. Again, man, like this packaging that they did for like Sonic's logo, like that is so cool that Jakks did that. But without further ado, guys, we are going to crack these guys out of the packaging. Alright, guys, so here's the figures out of the packaging right here, and just from looking at this, man, this is still unreal, man. I can't wait for the movie. I can't wait for the movie, man. Just looking at these, man, they look great, and the scale looks pretty good too. I do like how Knuckles towers over Tails and Sonic, as he should, man. You know, Knuckles was always a big guy, but I do like that, and they just look good. But we are going to look at their accessories up close here. Alright, guys, so get into the accessories right here. We're actually going to start off with Dr. Eggman's right here. So let's, of course, look at a close look at the drone right here. So this is the drone that Dr. Eggman comes with. Now the good thing about, or I should say the coolest part about this drone is that if I can actually get this open, but yeah, look at that, guys. Check that out. You can open these parts right here. Let me actually open, of course, all of them so you guys can, of course, see it right there. But I thought this was pretty cool that you can do this. So of course, my God, I'm really trying to open it, but yeah, look at that, guys. That right there, man, is just amazing, man. Like that is insane. I really do like that they add this, man. Like, I don't know, this is so cool. Such a cool accessory, man. Such a cool accessory. I do like that you can do that. So yeah, so that is Dr. Eggman's drone right there. You can see a little bit of sculpting going on too, like, you know, part of the drone. I think that's pretty cool. So, you know, there's that. And then of course, here we have is of course the coffee cup. You know, that was I believe Agent Stone gave this to Dr. Eggman. But yeah, as you guys can see, there's that. There's the lid right there. Then the bottom right there. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's cool, and he can hold it. I'm sure you guys seen it earlier, but yeah, he can hold it. So there's that, and then of course here is Tails' blaster right here. It's just pretty cool. You see some nice sculpting going on there. You can see like the nice like kind of like the grip, like they're like sculpting for the grip hands right there. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's really just that, man. It's really cool, man. And then of course we do got is the board right here, the Snow Rider is what they call it. It's pretty cool. It looks like, I wonder if this is like I don't know if they like took this apart of like Dr. Eggman's like I don't know, machine ship or whatever. I don't know, we'll have to see really, but you know, there's that. Of course, get some nice sculpt going on around there. That's pretty cool. And then the back's very plain. You know, it's very plain really. So you know, there's that, and then of course the pegs right here, and you know, of course well, Knuckles or Sonic, whatever, you know, the same thing. But I am going to do a comparison for you guys, because I actually have the board right here. So here's a comparison how it looks with let's put it this way, actually, how it looks with the other board right here. And it looks like it's about the same, I want to say. I think it's about the same size. Obviously this one's like, you know, curved because it's that, but this was flat. But yeah, so that's how they look together, guys, as you guys can see. That just hit me, and I was like, dang, they should have put something at the bottom or something. It's just very plain. But I mean, it's, you know, it's not really supposed to be like an actual snowboard like how this is. It looked, I'm sure they just kind of took this apart of one of Eggman's machinery or whatever, and I'm gonna assume, I don't know, you know, we gotta see the movie. But those are the boards right there, so that's pretty cool. Loving these accessories, man. These accessories are awesome. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get right into the figure. So here's a closer look at Sonic right here, starting out with the head sculpt. Like I said when we first you know, seen the reveals of these figures, I was always a fan of Sonic right here, especially like the face expression you got. Definitely captures the movie Sonic right there. You guys can also see like the sculpt, the fur sculpt going on with Sonic right there, which is pretty cool. And then of course the torso, which is kind of weird that it cuts off right there. I think that's how it is in the movie. I don't know. Coming down to the feet right here, as you guys can see, these are the shoes. They kind of got like that Sonic well, I shouldn't say Sonic, but it has like a, you know, it reminds me of Puma a little bit, the more I'm looking at it. But I think that was the promotion of the movie, I think so, which is kind of funny because I do remember there were Puma did have like some sort of Sonic sponsored going on around when the first movie came out, I believe. So the soap shoes is probably still my favorite, but I mean, you know, it's there. It's still pretty cool though. So there you have that right there, and then coming on to the back of the shoes, which is pretty cool. Here's the bottom. The bottom's pretty cool right there. Like, look at the nice like sculpting at the bottom for the shoes right there, and then of course the pegs to, you know, to put them on the board. Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man. I'm loving everything about it, man. I think this is pretty cool, man. I love it. So there is Sonic right there, guys. So without further ado, let's go in ahead and get into the articulation. Articulation in the head, articulation in the arms. He has a hinge to the shoulder. He does have elbow joints. Articulation in the wrist. For the legs, he kicks up about here and back about here. He has knee joints and a little bit of a swivel too. The whole leg can swivel, the ankle can swivel as well, and there is like a little bit of a pivot. So that was the articulation of Sonic, guys. My only gripe on this is that well, the head is a little bit loose and his knee joints are very stiff. It almost seemed like I thought I was gonna break it for a second, but that was my only thing on this, the Sonic, or the articulation on the Sonic figure. I think the figure's all right though. You know, I like the figure. You know, it's okay. However, again, as usual, you know, you're not gonna get no standing with this guy. So there is that. But of course, let's get this guy on the board. Let me see if I can try to. So here's Sonic right here on the board, and it looks pretty cool, man. Again, this time he has 2 pegs. I think his the last board only had 1. Well, actually, yeah, we just did the comparison. Yeah, it has 1 peg. It had 1 peg. But yeah, so here's Sonic right here. Pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's that really. I swear he just keeps falling off of it, but I don't know, whatever. But yeah, and you can make him hold it if you want, so that's pretty cool. However, I don't think he's still kind of holding it. Like if I just kind of like move it slowly, see. So yeah, I don't think he can really hold it, but I mean, you know, if you want to get, you know, like take a picture or whatever, you know, I think that looks pretty cool. But yeah, you know, Sonic, you know, my boy can do some tricks on this thing, so that's pretty cool. So without further ado, guys, let's start with Tails next. So here's the Tails figure right here, starting out with the head sculpt, of course. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of it, really. You know what it is? I think it could be the eyes, but I really think it's because his mouth is open, which is why it looks kind of weird. Maybe if they should just had his mouth closed, I think that would have made it look a little bit better. But I don't know. I always felt like with Sonic figures with their mouth being open, it always looked kind of weird, especially when it shows like the tongue or so. But I think it's just the mouth. Maybe the head's big too. Maybe I don't know. You guys can let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. I know I say this a lot, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I really think the mouth should have just been closed. But Tails is Tails, so there's that. And of course, we do get the same fur sort of sculpting going on with these guys. You know, there's the torso right there. You can see like some fur sculpt going on there, which is pretty cool. And then coming down here we got the shoes. You know, same old Tails. Another thing is I have to put his tails, I'm sure you guys already knew this, but I actually have to put his tails down to make this guy sort of stand a bit. However, I think it looks like, because usually with Tails figures, I would always have it like this and I'll have him stand, but it looks like these tails are a little bit shorter, you know what I mean? Like, so I have to kind of have it like this now to have him stand a little bit. You know, he'll tilt a couple of times, but you guys get the whole idea with Tails figure. You know, it is what it is. But here's a closer look at the back of Tails. I would say the back of Tails. So there's that. It is like on a ball joint too, so you know that's pretty cool. So you can move it around if you want. But yeah, so that is Tails right there, guys. So let's of course go with Tails' articulation. Articulation in the head, articulation in the arms. He does have elbow joints. He does have a hinge to the shoulder. Articulation in the wrist. He kicks up about here and back about here. He has articulation in the knees. You can swivel it. You can turn the legs if you want to, and of course turn the ankle. However, there's not really much of a pivot for it though. And of course, well, his tails. So there's that. And you actually, you know, can't pop it all if you want to, but it does go back in place pretty snugly there. So there is that. And yeah, so that was Tails' articulation right there. It's pretty solid. I like his articulation more than Sonic. It's a bit more smooth. It's not as stiff or anything. It's pretty good. Tails' articulation is pretty good. He does actually have some let me see if I can find it. I just seen this. Oh, here you go. So like to his legs, I have like a little bit of some black like smudge paint going on there. And there's one right here too, and I think a little bit some on his face. Yeah, it's like right there, but it's not that serious. But yeah, Tails, I like Tails, man. I do like Tails. It's funny because I think I said this before of me saying I knew once I get this figure I was gonna like it, and I do like it. Obviously, you know, the guy can't stand or whatever, but I mean, you can get it done right there, but it's whatever. I mean, I do like the Tails figure. So now that we got that out the way, let's of course have him, I mean, I know you guys seen it, but you know, you can have him hold the gun. There is one thing that's weird about the gun. As you guys can see, it looks weird because I feel like they should have made like the grip, not the grip, but like, you know, like the handle a little bit, I don't know why my camera's not focusing a bit there, but I feel like it should have been a little bit longer or so. Maybe that would have looked weird though, but it just kind of looks weird because it's like, you know, he's just kind of holding it like that. But it does look better if you hold it, if you had it in this angle. So, you know, there's that. So, you know, I think that's pretty cool right there. But I usually have him hold it kind of like this. Let me see if I can try to pull that off again. It's kind of weird doing that, but yeah, like this. I had him hold it like this in a way. I think this looks kind of cool. It kind of looks like the Tails meat gunner in a way, because I think they kind of hold it like that, or when they taunt, maybe I don't even know. I'm probably talking about something else, but I mean, yeah, I have them hold it like this. I think this looks pretty cool. As you guys can see, I think this looks cool if you have them hold it with both hands. Yeah, I like it like this, you know. This is pretty cool, you know. It's like get back. I'm sorry. But I mean, it's cool. I do like it. Yeah, so there's Tails' gun right there. Alright, and up next right here is Knuckles right here. So starting out with the head sculpt. Man, like I said, Knuckles looked it so good. This is a really good Knuckles figure, man. I'm loving everything about this Knuckles figure. And I think I remember me saying like I thought the moon symbol was a bit wide. It looks like, I don't know, maybe they fixed it, or maybe in picture it looked wide, but it looks all right, because, you know, you guys know that his torso, it's a little bit longer. So I guess it would have looked weird if it was a bit too small. But yeah, so that is Knuckles right there. And then of course coming down right here, I do love the shoes though. Like it looks like it has like a my camera makes it look like it has like a sort of a metallic sort of paint going on with his shoes, but I don't think it is. I think it's just very like kind of glossy, like a little bit. I don't know, but like it looks really good. As a matter of fact, hold on, because I have this with me, but what I mean is it kind of, I don't know how to describe it, but it just looks really cool, man. I love the mold going on. As a matter of fact, it almost looks like like the way I'm looking at it, it almost looks like clown shoes a little bit. I don't know, maybe it's like the color, and like maybe it's the soil, what do you call it, the outsoles of his shoes right there. I think that's probably why it looks like that in a way, but yeah, so that that's his shoes right there, but it just looks cool, man. I do like it, of course. It's pretty cool. And here's the bottom. The bottom looks like, it almost looks like Tim's like Timberlands, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so there's that. And then yeah, coming behind Knuckles right here, as you guys can see, they did a really good job with the quills though. Quills look really good, man. But yeah, so that was Knuckles right there, guys. So without further ado, let's of course go over this guy's articulation. So right off the bat, guys, of course, as usual, you will not get North head articulation with Knuckles, of course, because of the quills. However, you know, you would sometimes, they would somewhat sort of put it, but you know, you're not gonna get anything from there, which I already assume, but it's not a big deal, man. I still love Knuckles as he is, so you know, it's not that serious. Articulation in the arms. He does have a hinge at the shoulder, but it's like, it's kind of stiff, you know, if you wanted to, you know, this one's kind of stiff. I probably just gotta, like, you know, move it a bit more. Let me try this one. Yeah. Articulation in the wrist. The legs can kick up about here and back about here. He does have knee joints. You can swivel the knee if you want, and of course the whole leg. There's ankle articulation, and there's a pivot. So that was the articulation of Knuckles. Even though the guy can't like swivel his head, or like, you know, maybe his shoulder hinge is like kind of stiff, really, it's still a pretty good Knuckles figure, man. Honestly, this is a really, I mean, I said this a lot, but it is a really good Knuckles figure, man. I do like it, and he can actually stand pretty good. If you guys know, like, you know, I mean, Knuckles, you know, he never had a hard time standing. But, you know, the thing about this Knuckles is, oh man, that's another thing I like. His elbows aren't even bent. I just realized that. But, you know, I knew this Knuckles figure wasn't gonna have a problem standing because, you know, how big his feet is. But, I mean, look at this guy, man. I mean, like, this is a really good Knuckles figure, man. You know, now that I think about it, I mean, I gotta bring this guy back. I would love this figure to somewhat get a re-release or so, but like this time maybe, like, you know, he don't have to give elbow joints. I'm sure not gonna give it to him, but you know, have his arms like, you know, somewhat just straight, you know. But I'm not too sure about that. But they did a fantastic job with this Knuckles figure, man, and I knew from the get-go that this guy was gonna be amazing, and he really is. So with all that being said, guys, let's of course get this guy on his board right here. Let me see if I can try to do this on one take. All right, there you go. There's Knuckles on the board. It was a little difficult trying to get him on there because I think the pegs are a little bit too close. But yeah, this is how Knuckles looks on the board right here, you know, so you can do some action right there. You can, or if you want, you know, you can recreate the scene. As a matter of fact, I think Sonic was in front of Knuckles in the trailer. But, you know, you can do something like that. It's pretty cool. You can have Sonic look back at him while, you know, they're sliding. That's pretty cool. You know, I think I was hating on this accessory a bit when I thought he should. Well, I still think he should have came with the emerald, but it's not cool. You know, you can recreate the scene right there, so that's pretty cool. I mean, and you know, I guess it's not that serious because, you know, we have a green. I mean, we have green Chaos Emeralds, so if you want, you can have Knuckles hold the emerald if you want, and you know, as a matter of fact, let me do that right now, actually. All right, so here's the emerald right here for Knuckles, of course. You know, there's that, of course. Obviously, that's, you know, it's not a scene in the movie, of course. But I mean, you know, if you want to have this, if you want to know how the emerald will look with the movie Knuckles figure, you know, this is how it looks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was trying to make him hold it, but I can't really seem to really get that done. All right, I can't do it, but yeah, you get the point. You know, this is how it looks with the emerald. So there's that. But yeah, still pretty cool though. I do like these figures, man. They're pretty cool. I do like them. All right, guys. So without further ado, finally, let's review Dr. Eggman. All right, so starting out with the head sculpt with Dr. Eggman right here. My God, this is such an amazing look right here. Like, it looks exactly like Jim Carrey, man. I wonder if they used like true effects on this or so. I'm pretty sure they probably did, man, but it's amazing, man. They did amazing with this Dr. Eggman figure, or Jim Carrey, if you want to say it. My dogs decided to start barking, but getting a closer look at the jacket right here, you guys can see a closer look at how the jacket looks, man. I love this design, man. Like you see like the gold studs going on there, black and red design going on there. Like this is just so cool, man. The nice design going on. Then of course the collar, man. Like it's so cool. I don't know if you can somewhat see it. As a matter of fact, I think I don't know why I thought this was like a zipper or whatever. It looks like it a little bit. I don't think it is though. But yeah, there's that. And then of course you can, it has like a flap going on, so you can kind of move it so you guys can see. Same thing with the back side, so that's pretty cool. And then I think it cuts here for like some some leg articulation as well. They kind of like have it because you're not gonna get as much since it kind of like it hits the jacket, so there's that. But I don't think that's the case. I think that is how the jacket is, so there's that right there. But it's still pretty cool, man. And then of course coming down, of course you got the like the sort of like the black slacks right here, I want to say. Pretty basic right there. But then the shoes though, loving the shoes. You can see like the gold paint, at least right here to the outsole, the front part, and then the back right here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it just looks pretty cool, man. I love this Dr. Eggman figure already, man. And then of course, man, the goggles, man. So that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, they just did amazing with the head sculpt, man. It looks amazing, man. Loving this Dr. Eggman figure. So without further ado, guys, let's of course go over the articulation on this guy. He does have articulation in the head, articulation in the arms. Now I don't think he has articulation in the wrist. I'm actually like trying here. You see there's like nothing going on there. I think it's like sculpted in right there. I'm even trying with this wrist right here, as you guys can see. So yeah, I don't think there's any articulation with the wrists, and I don't really want to put any more pressure into it. So yeah, there is that. That's a bit of a downer right there, but there's that. But hold on, this is the best thing about this figure, and something new right here. So the thing is, this guy has double jointed elbows. That I was not expecting that. That is insane. Look at that. It looks so weird, but he got double jointed elbows. So that's something to take note right there. That is pretty cool. All right, so for the legs, as you guys can see, he can't really kick up as much or back as much because due to the jacket. However, same thing with the elbows. This guy, that is amazing. Like I do like that they did this. It's amazing. Like that we got this, man. It's so cool, man. And the guy can't really do much of the split C's going on because again, the jacket. But the shoes, I mean, you can't move the shoes. There's articulation right there. But there is no pivot really, so there's that. But again, man, this is amazing. And there's not really like much of a swivel there, but come on, man, the double jointed knees and the double jointed elbow, so that was the articulation for Dr. Eggman. I love it, man. Eggman, I mean, his articulation is very, very smooth. I'd say it's definitely the smoothest out of all of them, really. It's really, really good. It is weird that his legs is kind of like that. I think it's because like the way how the packaging was, it made the leg kind of warped like that. If you guys can see how it's kind of like like that in a way. Same thing with his foot a little bit. I do wish his foot did have a pivot so you could kind of like put it into place, but it's not that serious because Eggman, I mean, he can stand. I did have this guy standing for a bit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he can stand. It's just kind of weird because his foot's like that in a way, so it's that really. But it is a pretty solid Eggman figure, man. I do like it. And then of course, let me get his accessories. Well, not the drone, because he can't really hold the drone unless you wanted to make him hold this, I guess. I don't know. It's not really much for holding. It's just kind of just hovers around for him, really. He just kind of like tells it what to do and things like that. So there's that. But I am going to get, as a matter of fact, where did I put that coffee cup? Oh wait, here it is. It's right here. All right, so here's the coffee cup right here. As you guys can see, Eggman can hold it, which is pretty cool. Dude, this makes me want like an Agent Stone figure so I can have him pose with Agent Stone, and kind of, you know, he's giving Dr. Eggman the coffee or something like that. It's so cool. I do like the coffee cup, and again, the good thing about the double jointed elbows, you kind of have him make it look like he's drinking it or something like that if you want. Look at that, like that is just so cool, man. I love this Eggman figure, I really do. It's really cool. So yeah, that is Dr. Eggman right there, guys. So well, without that being said, guys, let's of course go over the figure comparisons. Alright guys, so starting off with Sonic right here we have is movie Sonic along with the other modern Sonic figures I have. As you guys can see, you know, there's like a different, you know, shading going on. You know, the movie Sonic has like a more of a light, like a little bit of a lighter blue color right there. And then the shoes is, I think it's like a little bit of a lighter red as well, but you know, you guys can see right there. You know, just for those that wanted to see the comparison right there. So yeah, there's that. And I can't even mess around with these figures because, you know, they're hard to stand, and it took a while to get these guys to stand as usual, but you know, that's the Sonic figures for you. Here's a comparison with my other Tails right here. I know I showed this off earlier in the video, but again, here's a comparison with the other Knuckles. I actually got to get another Knuckles figure of this. I completely forgot his leg is a little loose right there. And finally, guys, a comparison with my other Eggman figures. My God, this looks amazing. Jakks have been killing it with the Eggman figures, man. I don't think I've ever had like a problem with the Dr. Eggman figures, man. They just been really good with the Eggman figures and along with their robots. But that pretty much wraps up the review right here, guys. Overall thoughts on it, man. I like these figures. I think Jakks has been improving a lot on these figures. Some articulation, you know, it can be a little stiff, loose or whatever, you know, things like that. But I think overall with these figures, I think they're really good, man. They're pretty solid to me. I love these figures, man. I really do, especially Knuckles and Eggman. Like, oh my God, they are just so good, man. Especially that Eggman. I was not expecting that Eggman figure to be that good. I do wish his legs were like straightened a little bit, but I mean, you know, it's not a huge deal for me. The guy can still stand, as you guys can see. But I love these figures, man. Definitely recommend getting these guys. Again, guys, they are available today. I mean, I don't know if it's not available anywhere else, but you know, in the US at least it is, you know. But again, guys, that was gonna be it for this review right here. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.